How to describe Laura Zucker? You would need a million words.
Creative.
Mentor.
Titan.
Trailblazer.
A leader.
Warrior.
Great cook.
She's an amazing cook.
Incredibly unquenchable thirst for knowledge.
My voice would shake every time I spoke with her.
She's who I want to be when I grow up.
There's nobody who's contributed more.
Single-handedly in the Los Angeles arts community. Laura has said that the 21st century is going to be about the democratization of culture. And she's right. And I think that Laura saw pretty early on, a few decades back, that the arts did not belong only in the hallowed halls of our distinguished organizations, but in communities, in parks, in schools, among students, among residents.
And in Los Angeles, one of the most extraordinary global cities on this planet, we are the cultural capital of the world.
She believes at her core that the arts are a way to reorganize society, because at the end of the day, the arts is about our story. It's about how we were brought up and what touches us as a culture.
The Ford was definitely a counterpoint to a lot of these larger county performing arts centers.
The John Anson Ford Theater became the center for people from communities that were not traditionally represented in the cultural mosaic of Los Angeles in a formal way, to give them an opportunity to show their wares. To use that theater to showcase the diverse cultures of Los Angeles was a unique opportunity that couldn't be missed.
Ford Theater was 100% a project about inclusion and equity.
What a gift she has given this county and this region through this inventive program that's now been operational for many, many years and will continue to do so now in this new improved venue. What can the amphitheater do, and the expansion and reconstruction and renovation provide for both the performer and for the patron? She kept describing this issue that would keep popping up and she would keep shoving to the side of her desk. And it was around, how are we going to tackle the issue of there not having been arts in the schools for decades? And she said she would shove it away, would come back, she would shove it away. I would love to have been there at the moment that she realized nobody else is going to tackle this. I have to, and Arts for All was born.
1 out of 6 jobs in Los Angeles County goes to the creative economy.
And if you are not providing arts education to every student in the county, it becomes a social justice issue.
Laura has been a force of nature supporting and pushing for the internship program.
It's a great pathway for these students to sort of create a network and an alumni, but to also understand a little bit more about arts and culture in LA County.
I met her when I was actually an intern. It was really amazing to see a really fierce woman come and tell us what we were about to embark on some years later. After I participated in that program, I got to give a speech to the students, and Laura was there, and she saw me give that speech. At the end of my speech, I came down and she gave me the absolute biggest hug, and she said, "Yes, yes." I had felt so much pride.
The grants program had grown to disseminating $2.3 million. Now I think it's around $9 million.
East West Players received this 5-year, $350,000 grant back in 1993. And at that time, small organizations like East West Players, we don't know whether we're going to be there next year. In 2017, we celebrated our 51st anniversary. We are the longest running theater of color in the country.
Every time we had a conversation, she seemed to know what we were doing, even though I'm sure she had other people that she needed to be aware of, or organizations in the county. The county supports diversity much more than other cities that I know, and it's all because of her. So I'm really thankful to her, not only for what she has done for our company, the Latino Theater Company, but what she's done for this county.
She had a vision right from the get-go that the county should be embracing the arts in every neighborhood.
By having these cultural hubs in your own neighborhood, you can celebrate the pride of that particular community.
The biggest thing that I respect is how she's been such a huge advocate recently for cultural equity and inclusion in the arts.
She may have a lasting memory of the Cultural Equity Inclusion Initiative because it's the last thing that she's done, but it has been based on all the work that's come before it.
It is sort of the cherry on top of the cake of all the work that Laura did for 25 years.
It's going to be a landmark piece of work for the nation. It takes all kinds of people and power to make happen what Laura has made happen. She has built this fabric of interlocked pieces that we all stand on now, and it is robust.
We have elevated the important role that creativity plays in building a healthy, vibrant, and inclusive Los Angeles.
She has brought together over 220 different cultures and been able to tap into their traditions and bring them all together.
A big part of her legacy is just the way she led.
She goes where many of us fear to tread.
You need people like that in your life, because if you aren't challenged, then how are you going to break the glass ceiling?
I just think it's irreplaceable. I will look for her in every room that I'm in. Thank you.
Thank you. I consider you my mentor. I consider you my family.
I am going to miss you so much.
I love you.
I love you. And I feel so honored to have been a partner in crime with you.
Your fingerprints are on the cultural landscape of this city and county. Very few people have had the impact that you've had.
I am so deeply grateful to know and learn from you.
You can wear sunglasses anytime you want, anywhere you want. Go for it, girl.